What we mean by is when you skip breakfast, you're going to eat 25% more calories later in the day. When we go long time periods without eating, glucose levels are low for a long time. And I'm sure you've all had this personal experience. You don't eat all day, you get to about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you go to eat something, and you could eat 4 times more than normal, right? And you think, wow, what's wrong with me? You eat a sandwich and you don't even feel full. You don't have, it doesn't register at all. You want more, you want more. And that's a body's safety mechanism, because we haven't refueled. When we finally do, it's going to encourage you to eat more to make up for what it perceived as a state of starvation. So the longer you go, the more volume you can eat at one time before you hit a comfortable point of satiation. Instead of feeling satiated at this level, it moves it way up to here if you've not refueled often enough. So it helps us establish a normal or a healthy point of satiation so we don't overeat. I can always tell the men, I can tell when they come in with weight issues, the first time you're probably going to ask them, a lot of them skip breakfast and do most of their eating between 7 and 10 o'clock at night, and yet they're very overweight, so we know they're eating more calories than people that eat 3 consistent meals. You can get more fruits and vegetables. You can actually have breakfast should be super nutritious. People that eat breakfast have a better nutrient pattern overall. They usually have more fruit in their diet, not so much vegetables, but usually more fruit, more whole grains. So if we choose the right breakfast, it really gives us an opportunity to do a better job nutritionally. We're missing one. Cognitive ability, and I know that this is a fairly young group. You're probably not too worried about it. There's not too many people in this room over 50, but when you get there, believe me, you're going to be going, wow, I can notice the change here, and I may need a little help with cognitive ability. We know that children do better in test scores when we feed them breakfast, while adults do better in performance. It's just cognitive ability and memory increases when we fuel every 5 hours. So all those reasons are really why it's important to eat breakfast. You'll have a better performance, you'll feel better, but you're also healthier. And one more, we're having an epidemic of diabetes right now. We have 26 million people with diabetes and expecting that to go to 37 million more by 2020. That is a frightening thought that about 1/5 of our country will have diabetes. Healthcare goes from $7,000 a year to $14,000 a year when somebody develops diabetes. It is frightening. The pre-diabetic level in this country right now is unbelievable. It has insurance companies quaking in their boots about what are they going to do about this. How are they going to handle it money-wise? How are we going to get care for these people? So when you eat more often and eat less at one time, you're not so likely to spike higher levels of insulin, which cause insulin resistance. When we eat a lot at one time, we make more insulin. That high insulin level can cause that resistance at a cellular level, and that kind of is that pre-diabetic, here we go down that pathway syndrome starting. So eating more often, breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, allows us to eat a little less each time and probably not have as much insulin, high levels of insulin. High levels of insulin in the body do tissue damage everywhere. Cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, cardiovascular, high insulin level is not a good thing. And this is why we have so much sugar in our diet. It's a problem right now. We have a lot of refined carbohydrate, and we have a tendency to not eat often enough, but eat a lot at one time. So eating 3 meals a day, again, is a good way to kind of avoid those spikes in insulin and spikes in blood sugar that we do not want to see.